Alright, so, today I finally got the guts to do another video. It's been a real tough day for me. I don't know why. I just kind of woke up crying for no reason at all. It was like 4 in the morning and I was just crying. Um, I have like a lot of fears and I battle with anxiety and depression. I was taking meds for it, but they made me a zombie, and I just didn't want to live that way anymore, and it didn't really help. And I guess they were supposed to help me sleep, but that didn't work. And I just want to do it on my own. Maybe I have people that love me, and I can always go to them, and I have a therapist. I can always go to her. So I can just try to do this on my own and try to just move forward. Some days are just harder than others, like today. And, my fear currently is like, just being alone. Every time I'm alone, I just kind of break down. I don't know, I'm a mess. I turn into different kind of emotions. I get anxious. I don't know, I get sad, I get mad. I don't like being alone. I mean, before I used to, and now I don't know. Being alone doesn't really do me any good sometimes. But then again, being alone, you have to be. You can't just, you can't just. I'm just trying to think. Like, you can't. What if, everybody around you is probably busy? They have their own lives. You just can't be up their ass all the time. Sometimes you gotta take time for yourself. Sometimes you gotta give them space. So, I guess, you just gotta let it go. Sometimes if you're just upset and you just gotta let it out. Just cry. It's the most natural way than to trying to cover it up with meds or even drugs, or other bad things. But I like to just let it out, like I said, try to free your mind or if you can't cry, just, write down all your feelings, because that's what I do. I write down even though sometimes I don't feel like writing. I mean, I have a special person in my life, and I'm not supposed to, like, talk about him or anything, but he just always says, well, write down your feelings, we can let it out, or even tell him, but you can always do what you want when you're writing. You can just throw it out in case you don't want no one else to get inside your head or, show people, but do what you want, just as long as you can let it out. Because if you, I know in a long, long time ago, I used to just let things bottle up inside. I wouldn't write, I wouldn't talk, I was a quiet person, and one day I cracked and it was bad and ended up having a meltdown. And my personal experience, I was in the hospital for 4 times with the anxiety and depression. And I guess it's not a good place to be, but at the same time it is, because, if anything happens, they're there to save your life. But then they could also be there to put crap in your head, oh, you need these meds, or I don't know, like, oh, something else, but it's your life, do what you want, like, if you think you need the meds, or you definitely know you need the meds, and then take them, because I know some people that take meds and they have to, and if they don't, they crumble. But I'm gonna try to, I've seen this in movies too, like, this guy, I don't know if you guys heard of Silverline Playbook, but he's bipolar, and he didn't like the meds either, and basically did it on his own. So it's kind of like that, I want to put my life in, I want to do this without the meds, because I've been on the meds already, I don't like it, and then I gain weight, and that's not me. I don't want to gain all kinds of weight just from that, and then I have to get bigger clothes, and then I look not me, like, I change. I want to be me. I want to You know, I don't want to be a zombie, because when I was on the meds, I was completely like zombies, no emotion. Like, I didn't even know who I was. I talked to people, but it was like, I don't know, just, it wasn't me. I didn't feel like me. You know, so if you're having bad days or sad days, you know, just let it be. That's all you can do, you know. And if you're alone and you know you have people in your life, you can always try to talk to them. I mean, if you don't want to talk to them in that moment, that's okay. You just at least let them know at some point, you know. And even if you don't want to let them know, that's up to you, you know. But I don't know. I'm just stating that someone that's battling anxiety and depression, it's okay to feel how you feel, because that's just you. And someday you could conquer them. Someday you may not. It's just how it is. It's just how you'll be, you know. And I just woke up crying, and I didn't even know why. Like, literally, like, it was just weird. And I know I've been crying all day, and then I have a few people just like, "Oh, is it my phone?" I'm like, no. Like, it's just, I got a text, but I'm trying to ignore it for a minute until I'm done. But, I don't know, I guess my advice is, you know, always ask for help if you need it. Too, you know, you don't, you know, there are a lot of people that have anxiety, depression, all kinds of, yeah, mental illness is basically what it's labeled as. But, you know, a lot of people are battling their own heads, you know, whatever they're going through. I mean, it's hard. It's not easy. It's probably like, you know, when I found out I had a mental illness, I was completely, I don't know if I was shocked or, oh, okay, well, this is, you know, maybe, I guess I don't know how I felt about it. I just, okay, well, I guess this is me now, but I guess everyone was just trying to say, oh, well, listen to the doctors, they know best. And it's like, well, I think just going through your own experience and going through a lot of things is how you best can handle it. You know, and now that I've been battling it for a while, I handle it in my own ways. Like, I have breathing techniques I've learned and through therapy and learned through the hospitals. I have, you know, coping skills, like listening to music is one of them, you know, or talking, you know, or there's like a lot of things you can do when you're battling your issues or problem. Like, you know, there's a lot of coping skills, and if you don't have any, then I suggest you go out and, you know, put, you know, like, ask people what, hey, I'm feeling like this, what can I do, or, you know, or I don't know, just maybe hopefully someone can help you out if they see that something's wrong. You know, because I'm not the only one in my family that has mental illness. My cousins actually do, and my sister's boyfriend has a mental illness, and you know, so it kind of runs in a family for me. But you know, it's not. I don't think it's genetics. I think it's just. I mean, I don't know if it is. Maybe studies say it is, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it just happens to people. People just go through stuff. I'm trying not to swear because I don't know who's watching, but goes through stuff, and you know, it just goes through stuff like tragedies, and then it changes them. Because I went through a tragedy and it changed me. I don't know if I'll ever talk about that because some people don't know. Some people do, but I don't know. I know that I know a lot of people who go through that, you know? And then some people are probably born with it. You know, I was probably born with depression because I know once my grand passed away, when, you know, I was 12, it was like the first death I ever been through. And I was just sad for like a long, long, long time. I was so attached to her, you know. she was all I knew, you know. She spoiled me like rotten, and I loved her, and then, you know, and then there's animals too, you know, like a death can even make you change, like give you depression. It just sort of happens. Maybe not the cause, it's probably one of the causes, I guess, you know. So maybe me going through that just gave me depression. I don't know. You know, I feel like I've always been sad for a, a long time. I mean, I have a happy, I have, you know, I like to say most of the time I'm happy, you know, when I'm with people. Most of the time I'd like to try to have a happy life, you know, but it's not easy, you know, like it's especially in my predicament, you know, or other, you know, it's just, you know, you want to be happy, you want everything to be okay, but sometimes everything's not going to be okay, you know. You just have to, like, you know, just go through it and deal with it, you know. And then, I don't know, I was just watching this thing on Facebook, and I guess, I don't know if you guys knew, Terry Payne, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but or Tyler Perry. I'm not sure if who that was, but he had mentioned and he had said that, you know, if people want to walk out of your life, then let them. And you know, you have to let them go. It's better that way. But you know, like a death or something, you have to let them go. You know, they're not gonna come back. You can't bring them back to life. That's never gonna happen. So I probably shouldn't have quoted that. I'm probably gonna get in trouble now. I don't know. If I do, I don't. I hope not. But I'm still gonna post this and see what happens. If they want me to take it down, I will. But I just like hearing that quote. You know, just let them go. You know. And then, you know, sometimes you gotta let things be. And then, I don't know. It's just, you know, just people have to go through their hardest times to get to the good times, maybe, you know. And I'm just thinking my thoughts and thinking what else. Oh God, I don't know how to edit this, but anyways, I'm probably just have to think things through sometimes, you know. But I wrote down a lot today, and I feel better that I got it on paper, you know. It helps. And then maybe I'll see my therapist on Thursday because she has a walk-in clinic because I don't see her until next week, I think. But, you know, sometimes it's just good to go and talk and, you know, let it out, you know. Therapy helps me. Maybe it can help them, help anybody that's battling what I'm battling. Because I remember my first experience, you know, I had anxiety first thing, and I just kept having panic attacks back to back, and it just wouldn't stop, so I had to go to the hospital. I guess, you know, like things like that, you know, you have to get help, then get help, you know. People are there to help you, and you should use it sometimes, you know. And then, I don't know, like, try to use, like, like, there's movies, that's another coping skill, you know, watch a funny movie or something. You know, draw, I like to draw, you can probably see some of my artwork, but I like to draw, I like to write, I used to write songs, play the guitar, like, listen to music, talk to people. I like quotes too. I like finding quotes, or I know when I was in the hospital, I got a lot of quotes that way, and I saved them, and then you could just read them whenever you're having a hard time. That helps too. So I mean, anything can help. You know, do like activities. Try to get out there. Go for a walk. You know, today I even went for a walk. You know, I had to go to the bank and take care of some stuff, and after that I went to the park. But I mean, it may have been freezing. I hate the cold, you know. And the thing is my depression is mostly in between, you know, October, September, and then it comes back in September. I mean, not September. Then it comes back in December because of the freezing winter cold. Like, I don't like being cooped up in the house. But I don't like the cold, so you gotta pick one, right? You either gotta be cooped up or be outside, but uh, try to do a little bit of both, like maybe stay inside for a little bit, warm up, then go outside and do something, try to like maybe level it up, because being cooped up, I know I was cooped up all day, man. Most of the day I was sad because I was just cooped up in a dark room, and then my family went out today, so it's like I don't really talk to them much anymore, like I can, but I don't know, just sometimes I don't. And I know I have them, but sometimes like they judge, sometimes they're very negative. And sorry, I keep getting text messages. That's why I keep going up to my phone. But I was trying to say is, sometimes they judge me or they disrespect me, so it's like I feel like I can't talk to them, And I think I have my reasons. Maybe they have the reasons why they're like that to me. Maybe because I was like that to them. And I didn't see it, because I went through a party phase and literally I was oblivious to everything. Like, it's probably why I got so messed up with anxiety and depression too, is because I used to party so much. I didn't care about my body. I didn't care who I was with. Like, I was just in the state of mind of, okay, let's party, I hit college and, college was the best thing that happened to me, but it's just also the worst because I was with the wrong crowd. Not a lot. There's a few people that are really good for me, but I did hang out with most of the wrong crowd and I went to party and was drinking every day and my liver started hurting. So one day I woke up and I said, I can't do this anymore. And then I had a best friend who drank a lot, so kind of saw what that was doing to her, and I guess I tried to help her, but I couldn't, so I don't know. Even if she's watching this, she probably knows I'm talking about her right now, but I mean, I hope she's doing better than what we were doing. I mean, people could have been worse, it could have been worse than anything, but the thing is I lived and I learned from it. And I'm glad I don't party anymore because it was wrecking me. And that's probably why I have anxiety and depression too. That, all those things that you were doing, you just didn't care and kind of got you looking the other way of life, like, something could have happened really way bad. Like, I could have gotten, worst thing possible. I've gotten, I don't know. I don't really want to say anything like that because I don't want to talk like that on here. But you probably can, get an idea of what I'm thinking. If not, you can just comment and ask what were you thinking at that part. And then I could probably tell you in a separate conversation. But I don't know. So I guess I should probably get going. But I figured I'd talk about my fights and my battles and what I go through sometimes, because a lot of people go through some of the same similarities, Everybody's fighting their own battle and you don't even know about it, So, even though you're judging other people or even though they're going through things that you don't know about, just if you feel like saying hi or give them a nice compliment, that always helps, I do it sometimes, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, I just try to avoid people altogether. I avoid them because I'm scared. I don't want anything to happen to me. I don't want anyone to give me a rude comment and then my day be ruined, I guess I get cautious, but I also get scared, It's how I am. So I guess it all depends on how you feel. Taking a risk is always one, and I used to take risks, but now I'm get a little more cautious about it because of what I've been through. You know, maybe I'll write it in a book someday. I mean, I am writing a poetry book. I want to get published someday. I don't know how, but you know, I've written a lot of writing. I've written a lot of poetry. I've made up my own quotes, you know, so I want to put that in my own book someday and get it published. I'll figure it out. I haven't put it all together, but it's still there, you know, when I'm older. Tired, maybe. Get it. Who knows? If it doesn't get published or whatever, then oh well. But hopefully it does. Anywho, I guess I'm just gonna let go, and hopefully this is a better video than my first, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Just like talking, I guess. You know, try to give people advice. You know, if you need help with anything, just comment on the comments and I can see what I can do, you know. Just, I had battles, just like everyone else, and I'm trying to get through them. But, alright, I'm just gonna go, and I hope everyone has a good night. Alright, see you next time.